All right. Hey, what's up, everybody? Happy Wednesday. Here for another training for all of our great VIP agents. And my name is Jesse. I want to walk through some really cool ways that you can use a amazing platform to connect with your database, your sphere, so they can start, you can be in front of them and you can start getting more business and get more referrals. So we're going to talk about, I know I said 5 ways to connect with your database. We're going to talk about 7 different ways to connect with your database, primarily using, really, it's kvCORE because it does a lot of different things. So the first thing, though, before you can connect with people is you got to have your database. And everybody has a database. I don't care where it's at, if it's in your phone, if it's in Facebook, if it's in your email. Like, I open up my Gmail and I look through the last 10 years. I have 6,000 contacts in my Gmail alone. Right now, obviously, all of them are not my sphere or my database, but what if 1,000 people, right? How many people have you connected with agents, homeowners, prospects in the last few years that should be in your database? We want to export all of those from wherever they're at and put them in one place into a spreadsheet. Okay, so that's the very first thing you should do, is put all of your contacts in one spot. Okay, put them in a spreadsheet. Make sure you have their name, their email, phone. Those are the first 3 things you really want to have, because if you're going to connect with people, you got to have a way to connect with them, right? You have to have a channel to talk to them. And some people like email, some people like phone, right? Phone, you can obviously text. That's 2 forms of communication there. And then if you have their address, I'll show you a cool way you can connect with them by having their address and knowing where they currently live, if they own, if they're a homeowner, not a renter, right? And then put your notes in there. I'm actually going to show you how, real quick, I'm going to dive in how to import all of your contacts into kvCORE, whether you have a spreadsheet or you want to do it manually or you even want to email them. I'll show that to you right now. So there's a couple ways to get them in. First thing, though, is, like I said, start compiling all of that. Make sure you have that. That's like rule number 1 of business. Your most valuable asset your business has is your database. I don't care what anybody says. I don't care what business industry you're in. In real estate, it's definitely true. Your database is the number 1 asset that you have. And if you don't talk to them, if you don't have it organized, you're losing a ton of money. And I can speak from this because we've really ramped up the activities in Steve's kvCORE account, connecting with his database. And the amount of leads is just climbing day by day by connecting with people and having a little more organized. So how to get them into kvCORE? 1, there's several methods. 1 is to have kvCORE do it for you. 2nd is to do it yourself. Okay. Those are the 2 primary ways. Now, you could also sync with a third-party application. So, for example, we have callers that make, if you're a prospector, you might use Mojo Dialer, right? Or RedX Dialer, all these different dialers. You can connect to kvCORE and import the leads from these third-party apps. So you'd be like, hey, that's a good lead. I want to follow up with them. You can, like in Mojo, you can click and it'll send it right into the app. Okay, so let's see if I did this right. Cool. All right, so hopefully you can see my screen. We're now in kvCORE. So to import your leads, you're going to go, no matter where you're at, just click over here on the left-hand side to Lead Engine. Just click on that. Don't click on the submenus. Just click on Lead Engine. And then up in the far right, it should say Bulk Lead Import. Okay, there's 2 options we're going to look at right here. 1 is Lead Dropbox and 1 is Bulk Lead Import. So first one is, again, how to amass a group of people in. You can have them do it, right? There's a tutorial video that says, hey, this is what we're going to do. You can submit a file. You can even schedule a time to talk to them. That's probably going to be your best bet. So you don't have any headaches, you don't have stress, and it's not going to take that long. It says their average response time is 3 days. So I encourage you, if you have not done this, you don't have all your leads and all your database and all your contacts inside kvCORE, go do this so that by next week, you're ready to go to start marketing newsletters and lead follow-up and all kinds of other great things I'm going to show you. That's the first way. Second way is do it yourself. If you're going to do it yourself, you click Get Started. There's an import tool. They're going to actually give you a spreadsheet that looks like this. It's a specific format where they have name in one column, last name, email, the status, hashtags. You don't have to have everything, but you do need to have a name and an email for sure. And I believe a phone. So I think those are the 3 things. that is required. I don't know if I have a note on that, but, and then we're also going to need, you need to determine, are they opted in? Now, spam is huge, all right? It's a big deal if you're getting reported spam, okay? And kvCORE does not play around with this just like anybody else. It is a huge fine. So you want to make sure you do this, take your time, and you need to make sure you select, are they opted in with email? Are they opted in to receive text messages? And are they allowing me to make calls to them? So those are kind of the essentials that you have to have. So it's needed every time. It allows contact if true. So if you have this as true, that's going to be, it means you can send them automated emails and send them emails through the platform. If you have the text messages as true, same thing. It will send out automated messages and reminders and all kinds of things to your contacts. If it's true, if it's false, that means they're not opted in. So it's important to ask people, hey, is it okay if we contact you in different methods, or email, phone, text messages, to share what's going on with the market? Get their permission. Bottom line, nobody likes to be spammed. Okay, so that's kind of that's very quick. I would go through and take your time and go through the whole process if you're going to do it yourself. Now, a couple other ways you can get leads into kvCORE. I can't stress enough, please do this. Do one of these methods. This will be probably your easiest, least headache. This will be the most comprehensive, but you can do it yourself still. And there's tutorial videos and all that. Another way to do it is anywhere, almost any page in kvCORE, there's quick actions, and you can click add a contact. And this is a manual way to add a contact. Like say you're on the phone with somebody, like, yeah, okay, what's your, and you pull up kvCORE real quick. You don't have to navigate to any crazy pages. You just go to quick actions, add a contact. Okay, yeah, what's your name? We got your first name, last name, blah, 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 blah. You start adding their information here. And again, here's where you have permission to contact them. Yes, yes. And then what are they? Are they a buyer, seller, renter? Are they an agent? The reason why you ask that is because it can trigger certain campaigns for them. And you can sort by messages you want to send to sellers or, buyers. Like, hey, I got a hot property I want to sell. Probably don't want to sell it. Send it to, renters, or vendors. You want to send it to your buyers and your sphere, right? Lead owner is going to be yourself. And then there's smart campaigns, which is like a default. I want to assign them to a default campaign. I'm not going to get into all that right now because that's not what we're really talking about, but just you can add somebody manually like this. Another way to add somebody, and this is what we have our remote team, our remote call center team doing, is we have them use a email address. Okay, so if you go to lead engine, okay, and then you go to lead Dropbox. So go to lead engine and then don't click on the drop downs, just click on lead engine. And then over here on the top right, it says lead Dropbox. Click on lead Dropbox. And then it shows you other ways to get leads into the system. I mentioned you can have third parties, right? And that's where this is all techie stuff. It's probably over a lot of people's heads because it's what developers use to make different softwares talk. But if someone ever asks you for an API key for kvCORE, like maybe RedX or Mojo does, or some other lead source, Facebook, they might ask you for this. This is where you get it. There's a Zapier key, a Zillow key for connecting to Zillow. But the one I'm talking about right now is you can also manually email a lead from your email. So you can open up Gmail and use the to address. You just copy this and paste it into the to address. So I would save this as a contact in my email. And then it has to say add contact in the subject line. And then you start writing your notes and their name, their email, put all that information in the body of the email. Okay. Yeah. So you can also BCC information, but that's again, not the topic of today's call. So that's how to get leads in. Have them do it yourself with the spreadsheet template that they give you. You can manually use the quick action, add a contact. You can email it in, or you can use obviously these third-party tools that you might already be using to connect it. So I know that took a little bit of a chunk of time there, but please add your contacts to your CRM system. This tool is so powerful. It does so much. And like I said, we've been really optimizing, getting it better and better over the last few weeks and months. We have somebody now calling all of the leads in here. It's amazing what this platform does. So please import your leads. Go to Lead Engine, bulk import, or go to Lead Dropbox, or do it manually. Okay, cool. So what's next on our to talk about? You can also use the app. Okay, download the app from the App Store, Android, iOS. It's very important to do this because when you're on the go, you can still use kvCORE to quickly message people, see, add a contact, do all that stuff also from the mobile app. Okay, all your sphere could be in here, and you could be like on the go, call people in your database while you're on the road. Put your headphones in or your Bluetooth and call 2 or 3 people every day just from on the go. You can also assign yourself tasks. I'm going to show you how to do that. There's also a dialer, so you can call people and be like, hey, I have 3 calls I need to make today. It's suggesting that these people haven't been called in a while. Okay, that's one of the cool features. It prompts you like, hey, you haven't called this person in a while. Or Judy, she's been really, engaged on your CRM, looking at homes and looking at all these properties. You probably should call them. And this other person in your sphere, you haven't talked to them. And these are tasks that have been being prompted because we've set a reminder, or the system is telling us you should be. Now, there's another way is you can see how active somebody is on here inside of your CRM, inside of your website and kvCORE. Are they looking at a lot of properties? What are they doing? That can trigger like, hey, man, you know what? I'm just going to call them. You don't have to wait for the system to tell you to call people. You can be like, hey, I see Emery is just really looking at a lot of properties. You click on this and it'll show you more details. What are they looking at? What areas? All that good stuff. And you can click and dial directly from the app. Okay, so get the app, download it. You can do a lot of things that we're talking about in there. So let's talk about now 7 different ways to connect with your database or your leads or your sphere inside of kvCORE. Number 1 is call tasks. Okay, a call task is when kvCORE prompts you, hey, you need to call these 3 people. You haven't talked to these people, or it's time to follow up with this lead. You're just assigning yourself a task to call someone, okay? Whether it be your sphere, a lead, whatever it is, you can create those on your own. So this is a great way to connect to a database. Okay, so let's jump in here. So how do we do that? So inside of your kvCORE platform, click on your profile drop down. Okay, click on my profile. So click on your name up here in this top drop down on the right, and then click on profile. And then there's an option on the far right. There's a few different options, but you want to click on the one that says settings. You can actually see a little summary right here of tasks. You can click there and edit it. Okay, or you can go to settings, and that will also pop up your daily call creation. So what this is going to do is every single day, it's going to remind you who to call, and it can automatically create call tasks for you, right? So you can say, hey, I got 100 people in here. I want kvCORE to tell me to call, 5 people every day. All right, cool. So let's do that. So first, you want to make sure it's set to auto create call tasks each day. If you don't want it to create tasks on the weekends, just don't turn this on. If you want it to get reminders to call people on the weekend, click on that. And then who do you want it to call, right? So it's going to pull people based on people's activity and the last time they engaged, the last time you connected with them. What type of person do you want it? If it's just your sphere, that's cool. Maybe you have just your sphere in here right now. Then select sphere, and it's going to start every day, prompt you, call X amount of people, and it'll show the people and their name and their contact. So the next thing is, how many people do you want it to tell you to call every day? Now, we've been doing this for like the last couple months here, and so we've already called most people inside of this database. So now there's like it's not reminding anybody right now because we've already touched base with them. In a few months or a few weeks, it will do that again. But right now, you can set it so it says, hey, I want to call my sphere or my new leads, and I want kvCORE to remind me to call 5 people a day, and I want to get a reminder email every day at whatever time. So I can send you a reminder in the morning. Hey, these are the people you need to call today. So if you have the mobile app, you can do that on the go. You just open it up and it'll show you all your tasks that you need to do, your call tasks. But that's exactly what a call task is. It's hey, your task is to call this person. So now where does that show up? If I go to my dashboard, this is your dashboard of all the activity that's going on. Down below on the bottom half is everybody that's looking at properties and opening your emails and things like that, right? So this person's, they're connected. These people are all pretty engaged right now. But up on the top half is kind of where it's telling you your summary of your calls you need to make and if you have any tasks, okay? So I have one call task right now. You can see all of them by clicking on the call tab. You can see all your tasks by clicking on the task tab, right? So calls, it's saying, hey, you need to call this person. Last time they were called 7 days ago, but we called and it says leave a voice message, okay? So I can call directly from the system, or you're like, you know what, I can't call today. I'm in a conference or I'm in a training or I'm showing homes all day. I better snooze that. You can click snooze and it'll tell you, you can say, I want to remind me to do this tomorrow instead. Hopefully you're not doing this all the time, but it is there because sometimes you're like, I don't want to forget to call that person. I'm going to snooze it for a day. I'm going to snooze it till this afternoon, or I'm going to snooze it till next week. Okay. So that's call tasks. Okay. It's basically reminders for yourself to call people and connect with them. Okay. Now, if I click call, it's actually going to call through Steve's cell phone. So because the system is designed to connect to your cell phone, it'll call you and it'll connect the call to them. So that way it logs it in the system. Now, let's say you're calling from another phone or something like that. You can still say, hey, I did call this person. So click on their contact and then click on new call and then click log the call. You're like, hey, you know what? I did talk to them. This are my notes. I contacted them or I didn't talk to them. So that way you're keeping track of when you call people and when you don't. And when you connect with people, when you actually got a hold of them or you didn't. So you can log that contact as well. Okay, so that's kind of one way to connect with people, just reminders to call people, okay, and tasks to call people. The next thing is a campaign, okay? A campaign is an automatic sequence of messages that go out based on however the system is set up or however you set it up. So that means you could say, hey, I want to call people. When I get a new lead, I want to call them immediately. I want to send them an email immediately, welcoming them, nice to meet you. And then 5 days later, the next part of the sequence could be 5 days later, follow-up email. And then 2 days later, remind me to call them. And you can tell it to automatically create a call task for you. And then 5 days later after that, I want to send a text message. Hey, just checking in. How's the home search going? Or, hey, do you have any questions about, the emails I sent you? So you can create your own. The nice thing is there's already one created. You don't have to even think about it. So I'm going to show you that. So a campaign to connect with your sphere, there's a lot of different campaigns inside of kvCORE. There's some that are specifically for sellers, some specifically for buyers. Some of them are for new leads. Some of them are for your sphere. So let's talk about the sphere one since we're really talking about our database in general. So go to Smart CRM. Okay. I'm sorry, go to marketing. I do get confused sometimes with smart campaigns and smart CRM. So go to marketing smart campaigns. I always do that. I'm like, smart CRM, smart campaign. Which one am I supposed to be clicking? They're both smart and they both start with a C. So smart campaigns. Okay. So this is going to be an automated. This is why you use this tool, to help save you so much time and stay in front of people. So to connect with them, the kvCORE already has pre-created library of message sequences, okay? And they've tested this out with hundreds of thousands of real estate agents. So use them. Don't reinvent the wheel. Use them, okay? There's one in here called default homeowner sphere. So I'm going to click on that. Now, if you click on add to library on the right-hand side, it's going to add it to your campaigns that you want to use. It'll show up in this My Campaigns tab. But I just want to show you it first. So click on default campaign for a sphere. And you can see the time, what the name of the message is, the type of connection that it's going to make with them, who it's coming from, and who it's going to. And then you can preview it. So this campaign, and I'm probably going to go more than 30 minutes. Okay, guys. So if you got to jump off, that's cool. But I want to cover a lot of this because a lot of you guys either have questions about this or not familiar with it, haven't used it, or don't realize the power of what it's doing. Okay, so your default homeowner sphere campaign is immediately going to send an email from you to your contact, and it's a check-in message. So if you add all your database in here and you select, hey, I want add everybody to this default sphere campaign, it's going to immediately send them an email, and the subject's going to be checking in and says, hey, their first name, I've been shown a few homes in your area and thought of you. I have a market report that I send out monthly. It's a nice way to stay in touch with people in my network and give them a view of the real estate happening in their area. I'll plan to include you so you can keep it on top of the market. As always, let me know if you have any questions or just want to chat. And it'll have all your information that you saved in your profile in kvCORE. So nice little you don't need to edit it unless you want to. You can say, like, maybe you haven't talked to anybody in your database in a while and you want to just modify that, you can, and I'll show you how to do all that. But great little first message. Then guess what? Oh, and then also sends a task to you. The system sends a task to you saying, hey, create a task for contact. Okay, so it's saying, hey, set up a time to call them again, right? It's reminding you to pick a time, right? Then day 35, it sends them a monthly, there's a text message that comes from you to the contact. And it says, hey, I just want to check in, ask you if you saw my monthly market real estate report, right? So what's going on in the market? Did they see that? If they didn't, they're going to reply. They'll reply. It'll come back through the system, and you can respond. And then on and on and on, keeps doing this. So this is automatic, right? Look at for the next 3 years, your sphere will be prompting you to call them, or kvCORE will be contacting them already. So super powerful. So let's say I wanted to add this, and you can make multiple versions of this. Like maybe I have a sphere for high school, college friends that I know, and then I have one for family. You can make custom campaigns if you want. You just clone them and you can then customize them. So once it's inside you click on, sorry, I know I go fast, I talk fast, so let me just slow down here. So kvCORE library, go to default homeowner sphere, click add to library. You do that, it's going to show up in your My Campaigns. Okay, so if I come down here, here it is, and it's on. I have it on so that I can be using it. If I open it, there's these the same exact system. Again, you probably don't need to edit it because it's pretty tried and true and proven. It's pretty effective. It's good enough for like 90% of people. Okay, so if you want to edit these though, you can click on edit. You're like, you know what? I want to use a different. I don't want to use that message. I want to use a different one. Or I don't want it to run. I don't want to send this message. I want to send something else. If you want to create other templates, I'll show you how to do that in 2 seconds. But these are where you can choose what's going out. If you don't want to send something, you click on the X and it'll delete it. So you know what? I don't want to send a remodeling interest one. I'm going to delete that one. Or if you just want to change it, but you still want to send something out on day 120, and you're like, man, it's getting towards half a year since I've had them in here. I want to send them a different message. You can click here and choose a different template. Okay, so, and then you can preview it, of course, right? Well, this is what it says. I don't like that. Then, and then you need to make sure the campaign's on. Okay. You can change any of the templates. These are all of the pre-made emails and text messages that you can use, right? So there's text message templates. There's tons of them, right? There's probably 71 in here, right? So you can make your own. Like, you know what? I want to add a new text template, and I want to just send one out that says, or whatever. Customize it however you want. Whatever the template is for. It's for, hey, haven't chatted with you in a while. Now they already have some of those in there. You can make your own. And then when you add it, you can go back to your campaign and be like, okay, now I want to add that. I want to change this message here to another one that I just created. You just find the template that you called it. Okay. So campaigns, super, super powerful. How do you add somebody to a campaign? I know someone's asking, oh, how do I add somebody to a campaign? I'm glad you asked. Not listings. Let's go to all contacts. I'm gonna just go to contacts here. I can select one person and then click on, so this is a list of all my contacts, right? So I can click on one person and then I can click on add campaign. And I can say, oh, I want, this is part of my sphere. I want them to be getting that default homeowner sphere messaging, and then click add campaign. So choose the campaign and then add campaign. You can do that with everybody, right? So say you just imported like 30 people, select them all, click on add campaign, and then right here. Now, if you're in the middle of talking to somebody and they're like, yeah, I want to get alerted and stay in touch with you. Okay, cool. If I click on their name, right, click on the actual contact like I just did. I just clicked on this one, Kelly Chambers. And over here on the right-hand side, this is a tab you really want to get familiar with. It tells you all their contact information, whether they're a buyer, seller, renter. It tells you where they are in the journey. Are they a new lead, active lead, a client, close? And then every communication you've had with them and every task that's been assigned, that's all in this middle field. This middle column here is kind of like the main activity of this particular person. And then over here is like actions and different alerts and automations you can set up. So this person's getting property alerts. I can click and look at it. If they don't get alerts, I can add them to one. And then here's campaigns, like I just said, right? I can say, oh, I want to add this person to a campaign, or I want to remove them from one. You can also remove somebody from a campaign, right? And click on a campaign and say, you know what? They're no longer an active lead. I'm going to remove them. Okay. So that's how you can add people to a campaign, either from their profile tab or from the whole list. You can add a lot of people at once. Whew, okay. Like I said, I'm going to go more than 30 minutes. I'm probably going to go another 20 minutes at least or to get through these, because I want you guys to know how to do these different things. These next three are going to be really fast and easy. I'm going to give you a script that you can follow that we've been using to share with people. So there's market reports, search alerts, and listing valuation. Okay, these are three different ways people can get automated messages and information generated from kvCORE. You don't have to come up with it, and it will be added directly into, they'll get alerted automatically. So like I just said, and there's on the right-hand side here that you can see these different ways of automating communication with people. One is property alerts, another one is market reports, and another one is a listing evaluation. Okay. There's also a seller report, but we're just talking about your sphere in general, okay, with buyers and sellers. So other than the campaigns, these three ways of talking to people and having the system send people valuable information is a very cool way to stay in touch with them and follow up with them. So we have a script. So every day we've got a caller right now that's calling, 10, 15 people inside of this kvCORE platform. We got 1,200 people in here. Every day they're calling and saying, hey, this is John with Steve's team at eXp Realty. Am I speaking with so-and-so? If you don't have their name, say, who do I have the pleasure of speaking with? The reason for my call is I noticed you're in our preferred property database. I want to reach out and see how can we help with your real estate goals. Oh, well, I guess I'm kind of just waiting for the market to crash so I can buy, right? Wherever they're at, whatever they say their goal is. Okay. We have a few short minutes to answer some important questions so we can dial in your needs and update any of our market alerts. Yeah, sure. Now, if they're not getting alerts, this is why it's important to kind of look inside their profile when you're calling them and see, are they getting property alerts, market reports, or listing? If they're not, this is a great time to ask them. So back to the script, I say, okay, well, number one, or say, great. So Steve likes to offer 3 free services, no strings attached, of course. Can I share those 3 options of how we can offer you some value? Sure. Okay, well, number one, if you're looking to buy or sell real estate in the next few years, we have a monthly market report that lets you know what the trends are in your real estate market. It's emailed every month. It gives you the key details on the market activity. Is that something you like to receive just like your other neighbors? Sure. Okay, cool. And I'm going to make sure that it goes into kvCORE, and they want to get a market report. I'm like, cool. And then okay, just to confirm, what area are you in? Oh, I'm in Naperville. Okay, you start typing in Naperville, and it's going to say the area or the city, a neighborhood in Naperville, all those different options, right? So the city Naperville, I can say area Naperville, which is kind of similar to city, right? It's the general area. So I'm gonna say, okay, cool. I want to make sure that they get this report, and we're going to send that every month, every 28 days. And you can send it a lot more frequent. I would say that's overkill. I'd say once a month is probably pretty good. So great way to, again, offer value to them, no strings attached, but now you're staying in front of them with something valuable every single month with a market report. Another thing you can offer people is, next we have property alerts. Okay, this lets you see the homes that are coming on the market and what's available in the areas you might be interested in moving to. Would you like to get home alerts for some different areas? Yeah. Well, yeah, we want to know what's going on in the market. And if someone doesn't know what that is, be like, hey, it's just like Zillow and these other companies that send you alerts on a properties that you want. But ours is actually already connected to the MLS. Zillow is a third party, so they get delayed information, or they get inaccurate information because sometimes it changed already in the MLS. We're giving you direct alerts from the MLS. It's a great way to get them off of the Zillow platform and using you. Okay. All right. So I'll make sure I don't save that. No, cancel. Are you sure you want to remove? Yes. Let me remove that. Okay. I accidentally sent that, subscribing that person to this, and I didn't mean to. Okay, so as soon as it does that, so if you did add somebody, let me go to my test account so that I don't screw up anything in front of you guys. You guys are like, like, who is this guy? I have a test one. Let me just show you. I should have thought that through ahead of time. I have a little dummy one that great. What is it? So that's the first one, right? Is search property search alerts or market reports. They're kind of they all kind of function the same. John Doe. I have a John Doe one, right? Okay, it's a test. Okay, so if I select the market reports, and again, I'm going to do all three of these listing evaluation at the same time. So market reports, I click on market report. I live in Alameda, California, so I'm going to say Alameda, California. It's probably not populating because out of state, I'm not sure. There we go, or maybe just typing it wrong. Okay, so if I click on subscribe and I click add, watch what it's going to do. It's now subscribed me to the market report for Naperville. It's also, and then I can also send it now. Okay, if I want to, I'll click send now, and sending that market report for Naperville to me, right, to your contact. It's like, boom, there you go, email sent. Hey, Naperville market update just for you, right? What does it look like? This is what it looks like. Market report from eXp Realty. Dear John, here's the latest. Homes for sale in the last 30 days have gone down 12%. New homes on the market. Great. It's giving them a market report, just like many of these other automation tools will, but it's very valuable information. Here's the average home price. They've gone down a little bit. There's more price reductions, 92% of price reductions, more price reductions, right? So the market's kind of going weird and changing right now, right? Very valuable. And the bottom line is it stays in front of them, and it gets them coming back to your website and connected with you. Sign off, Steve with eXp Realty. Same thing with property alerts. Property alerts is a little bit more involved because you need to make sure you know what they want, right? So good opportunity to have that conversation. So when you ask for property alerts, you can ask them, okay, what are you looking for? I'm looking for, I'm only looking for single family homes, and What price range? Oh, up to 500,000. Okay, cool. And how many bedrooms and a bath? Oh, that doesn't matter. Square footage, let's say it's 500 square feet plus, and blah 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 blah. All right. Now, and how often do you want to get property alerts? A lot of people like to get them, a couple times a week or every day. But let's say it's twice weekly. Okay, sweet. Got all that. And I'm going to set save and send, or I can just set the alert and then it'll start running. If I hit save and send, it'll save it and start sending it immediately. So I'll send them the first one. Okay, I need an area. Let's say again, Naperville. City of Naperville. Cool. Sweet. All right, so I'm gonna hit save and send so you can see what happens. You can set up 2 alerts. Now, why you would set up 2 alerts is maybe they want to know if they're a seller, they might want to know what's going on in their neighborhood. And then they might want to know, hey, I want to get alerts on where I want to buy. Or they just might be interested in 2 different areas completely. And you want to set up alerts that are a little more specific. Maybe they want to know one once a week and one daily, right? So now I have an active alert set up for Naperville, single family, blah, blah, blah. Okay. And that's good. So if I come back to my profile here, it says I have an active alert for single family in Naperville. My activity feed here is also going to be updated. It's going to be sending them those alerts. And the last one is to stay connected with people is a listing valuation. Now, listing valuation is, again, what is the property that they want to get a listing evaluation for? I don't have an address pulled up for Naperville, but let's see if this will. See if this will do anything. Address is not available. I gotta have an address in. But similar to what the other 2 are doing, it's going to send them an automation evaluation of their property, which is like a Zestimate on Zillow. Okay. So that's the 3rd thing that you can do. Cool, man, we covered a lot. So we've already covered 5 ways of connecting with people. You can set them up on market reports, search alerts, or listing valuation. The market reports, I would set that up for once a month, search alerts daily or a couple times a week, ask their permission what they want. So now it's automatically gonna be connecting these people all the time. And sometimes they may stay in your database getting alerts for a year or 2 years. Right? Some people, they start their search like they have a baby and they're like, okay, after when our baby's like 2, we might have another baby, we're gonna need a bigger house. Let's start keeping in mind what's going on next. Or they know they're gonna retire in a certain amount of time. So they might be on alerts a long time. That's okay. You wanna stay in front of them, okay? The next thing, number 6, is birthdays and anniversaries. Really cool way of, everybody likes to get a happy birthday message, right? Who doesn't? Maybe you don't like the birthday hat slammed on your head, at the restaurant and they're like singing the cha-cha, but you would like someone to say happy birthday. And it's cool if it comes from you and you're the real estate agent and you remember to send them a birthday message. So you can do that in any contact. You click on profile details. Okay. And then I got to close some windows. I got too many things up in here. Okay. On the profile details, we're going to scroll down to 2 different areas. I'm going to scroll down the middle of the screen here. So in the 2nd column, we have last close, and we can send them an anniversary email and text. And then also over here, we have birthday. When is their birthday? Okay, we say that's their birthday, and I want to send them an anniversary birthday email and text. And let's say they closed their property, on September 1st. I want to send them an anniversary email and text. Cool. So now the system is going to send them an anniversary email. Hey, congrats. It's been, since you closed. Or I put a future date. Sorry. You'd rather put when they close. Maybe you closed them 3 years ago, or you closed them in February, or let me put a year ago, right? So now it's going to send them a happy anniversary from buying your property 3 years ago message from you. And it'll also send them a birthday message. If you know their spouse's name and information, add that and put their birthday in here. Okay. So now you have that on for this contact, but what is it sending them? You might be like, well, what is the birthday message, right? Is it, it's not me dancing, right? So what is it? So come over here to lead engine. I'm sorry, it's in marketing. Click on marketing and then birthdays and anniversaries. Okay, now we have some more options here. What is it sending? Who is it sending it to? When does it send it? All that good stuff. So there's birthday messages, tells you all the things about birthday messages, and then anniversary of their purchase. What kind of contacts would get this anniversary, and what kind of contacts do you want getting birthday messages? You may not want your new leads, to get birthday messages because maybe that's kind of weird. I don't know. Maybe you just want it to be for your sphere. I don't know. You choose who would get those. And then you can see what the birthday email and what the birthday text looks like. You can click change. This is what it looks like. Hey, it's happy birthday. Hey, it's your day. I hope today's filled with salt. Just a real nice little message, right? You can choose to run it on their birthday, or you can choose to run it another day, like 3 days before their birthday, or day before, or run after. I don't know why after, but maybe somebody wants a belated birthday. So that's birthdays. And then again, same thing over here. Your happy anniversary, congratulations on your home anniversary. Now you can change these. Again, you go back to your templates. You go to marketing, smart campaigns, and click on templates, and those birthday emails will be in here. Okay. Happy birthday email right here. And you can modify it, edit it, clone it, all that kind of good stuff. All right. I think I have one more. Mass email, text, voicemails. Okay. So lots of great ways to connect with people. The next thing that you can do is send everybody a mass text, email, or even a voice drop. Steve's been getting really great response when we send out a voice blast, and he literally just records it on his phone, sends it to me, and I upload it to, I add the voicemail drop. Now you do have to pay for the voicemail drops because it's through a third-party text messaging service that they use. So I think it's $50 and you get up to 500. Why don't we just click on it and look? Let me first show you this, and then we can talk about voicemail costs. So to send a mass text, okay, maybe you want to do this. And when I say mass, it doesn't have to be your entire database. Some people think, oh, I'm going to blast it out to 1,000 people or 500 people. No, maybe you're just like, hey, the 10 people in my sphere that I'm supposed to connect with today, I just want to send them a text message. Maybe I don't want to call them, or, I don't know, maybe that's not your thing, right? So go to the people and you can filter them, right? You can filter for your sphere. I can say apply. Right. So like maybe, I want to send a text to only, 5 people. And I'm going to just pick, 3 of them. And then I want to send them a text message, all the same message, just checking in. This is so you don't have to manually open your phone and do it, right? Like send a text message to Miller and send another one, open, Neff and send another one to them. No, you can create a message to send to everybody at the same time, which is good. Now, again, you can use your templates that you've created that are inside the system, or you can just start a message and just send this little, hey, I know it's been a hot week, or hey, I know it's been cold lately, and just hoping you're staying warm and safe and having a great week. Maybe that's all you want to do is just tag in with them. If I can do anything to help you, let me know. Now there's shortcuts. You see right here it says to add a merge tag. You just start typing the little curly bracket, and so this is how you can personalize the message to everybody. So you're sending it to 5 people. You can still make it personalized. So I can say lead first. I can say hi, lead first name. Let's see here. Let me. I thought I created something, right? I hope all is well, yada, yada, yada. The real estate market's wild. Home values are up. How can I help you and your loved ones with any real estate goals? And then you can sign off again. What am I doing? Click on Shift Curly Q. no, not the lead last name, curly bracket, and it's going to say agent name in here somewhere, agent full name, right? So there you go. Then you can blast that out to everybody. Maybe you want to send a mass announcement via email of a new listing. You can also do that. So let's delete that. I don't want to send a mass text. Same thing here with emails. Select who you're going to send it to or filter them out. And I can do a mass email and select a template if you want to use a template. If you do that, right? So it's going to be like, right? You can use a template, or you can start from scratch. Okay. You can start from scratch. And again, hey, first name, whatever their name is, personalize it all. Then you can make the subject line and then hit send, and it'll send it out. And then you can make sure you cleared your signature if you're not going to add it in here manually. Now, if you want to make a pretty newsletter one, this is the same way you send a newsletter. For all of you guys that are like, hey, I know I should be sending out monthly newsletters, you can select all the people you want to send a newsletter, click on advanced newsletter, advanced editor, sorry, and you can build a real fancy one. We went over this before as well. You can start from scratch and like put a text block in here, put an image block in, put a button, click here to see my property. Maybe you just want to promote a property, right? And you're like, hey, check out my listing, put a picture of your listing, put a button that links to it. Okay, when you click on the button, say, see more details. And then where it says link URL, I would just go to your kvCORE page and paste in the link to that page. Okay. There's other ways to do it on here as well. You can, for dynamic content, it'll actually put all the property details in here for you. Like view listing button, right? So it'll, whatever you put in here. So, but that's, my point is just, you can make a newsletter and send it mass as well really quickly just by doing this, editing it, add a couple pieces of information that's useful. You can format it. Okay, I want a picture of the house here and I want to say something here. Great way to stay in touch with people. So we send a blast out to Steve's database every month with all the active listings, what's going on in the market, and always includes a little call to action for buyers and a call to action for sellers. You want to get your home evaluation? Click this button. You want to search the market? Click here. And those buttons just go right back to your kvCORE site, right? So you can put a button here that says click here. You can do it in your text messages as well. Click here if you want to search properties, and it just goes to this link right here for search. So I would copy this link in the browser and I would paste it in my kvCORE email or in my text message. Like, hey, if you want to look at what else is going on in the market, click here. It'll take them right to this page and they can search. Cool. All right. So that is how you send mass emails. Again, you can send mass voicemails. I don't know. Let's see here. Yeah, you can send, you have 500 credits. Okay. And you can record it. I'll just here. Here's what. Let's see if we can listen to Steve's.
Hi, this is Steve Merritt with eXp Realty. Just wanted to reach out and say hello. I hope that you and your family are staying healthy and are ready for an enjoyable summer. And I wanted to also let you know that the real estate market in just about every area of the country is at record high prices right now. So if you or anyone else you know is thinking about buying or selling, we do have teams of agents all around the country. We would love to help. My number is 630-202-2700. Thank you very much and have a great day.
Cool. So we sent one out in June. I think we sent one out in July. Great responses. And it was a great way to also clean out some people that are like, oh, remove me from the list. And so we got 2 or 3 people that removed, cleaned the list up a little better. But people love that, It was a voice dropped onto their voicemail. Okay. You can purchase voicemails. Here's the plans. You can buy 150 for 20 bucks, 250, 500. Okay. So that's a great way to sent and it tells you all how to use it and all that stuff. There's help, all that good stuff. So those are ways to stay connected to your database. Calling them call tasks, which are reminders to call people on a certain time or date, putting them on an automated campaign, a market search or listing alert, their birthday email or anniversary messages. That's really 2 different times to connect with them. And then sending a mass newsletters or just a mass text. Maybe you're doing your daily follow-up. You want to send a bundle of them at the same time. So if you guys do this, I'm telling you, you're going to get more business. You're going to get a lot more referrals. Okay, so import your contacts. That's the first thing we talked about. Go to lead engine, click on bulk import and have kvCORE do it, or do it yourself. Download the app so you can stay in touch with people on the go. Gives you all the reminders, and you can snooze a reminder. You can see what people are the most active looking at properties. If you need more help, schedule a one-on-one with me. Okay, go to sleek.bio/Jesse. If you do that, it's going to pull up my my calendar. It's going to pull up this little page right here. Okay, and there's a calendar on it. Click a time, book a time with me, and I will help you answers. If you need some questions or you're gonna get stuck, try to do it yourself, because I think you really can. But if you need help, please reach out to us. kvCORE also has amazing support. You can go to help.insiderealestate.com. They have training, videos, webinars. Their help docs are very thorough and detailed. They have screenshots. Or you can even EXP tech support. EXP, people don't use it enough, I don't think, but it's amazing because they do all this stuff. kvCORE, you need help with your website, any of this, they will help you. You can go to support.expcloud or just go to expcloud.com, and there's a tab for support on there. Okay, so really, please do this. This is the most important thing for your business, is your database, and that's the most valuable asset you'll ever own in real estate and any business. And staying in touch with those people is critical. They're going to stay in touch. Somebody's going to stay in touch with them. They're going to reach out to somebody when they have a referral or someone to buy. So please do this. I'm serious. So hopefully that was helpful and beneficial for you guys. If you want to know the script that we use, I have a link I can share with you for that. How to ask people, can we send you a home evaluation? Can we send you a property alert? Great, simple way to do that. But also, like I said, check out their support docs, anything that you need help with. I think people, it's overwhelming because it does so much. But if you just learn a couple of those things we just talked about, you are going to be ahead of a lot of people, and you're going to get a lot more business from your database. So cool. Schedule a time if you need help. If not, I wish anybody have any questions. I didn't take time for questions. Anybody have any questions? If not, you can leave a comment below or message us, and we'll be happy to help you out. So with that said, I'll sign off and wish you guys the best with your database with kvCORE. Start sending people some messages. Start wishing them happy birthdays. Go do it. Ask for referrals. All right. Cheers. Have a great day, you guys. Enjoy your week.